Good morning, students. So we are going through this chapter, diversity in living organisms. In the last class, I explained you about the kingdom Plantae. We just discussed the flow chart of kingdom Plantae in the last class, and I just explained you about the cryptogamy, the term cryptogamy and phanerogamy. So what was cryptogamy? The cryptogamy in which the hidden reproductive organs of the plants are present, like the thallophytes, bryophytes, and pteridophytes are the examples of cryptogamy, in which the reproductive organs are inconspicuous, or you can say the hidden reproductive organs are present. Whereas in phanerogamy, well differentiated reproductive system is or you can say the well differentiated reproductive tissue is present in phanerogams. Okay, so this in cryptogamy, the bryophyta, pteridophyta, and thallophytes, they used to produce the spores, whereas in phanerogams they used to produce the seeds. Okay, in the last class we discussed about this. Now I will be explaining these topics in detail. So cryptogamy, in the last class only I explained. The thallophytes, bryophytes, and pteridophytes, which they do not having the external flower. Thallophytes, bryophytes, and pteridophytes do not have external flower. Do not have external flower or seeds and have naked embryo. called as spores. That I told you, the thallophytes, bryophytes, and pteridophytes they do not have the external flowers and they bear spores, whereas in phanerogamy they bear the seeds. These plants therefore called as cryptogamy. So these type of plants are called as cryptogams. Means, so these plants are therefore called as cryptogamy. Means, that means the hidden reproductive organs. The word cryptogamy means hidden reproductive organ. Because their reproductive organs are inconspicuous. Because their reproductive organs are inconspicuous. Okay, or you can say they are not visible. So that I explained you, thallophytes, bryophyte, pteridophytes will come in the category of this cryptogamy. Now I will explain you detail about this thallophytes, or you can write it as thallophyta. What are thallophyta? Thallus means undifferentiated, and this phyton means plant. See here, no? It is made up of the two words, thallophyta. So you can learn by this, thallus means undifferentiated, whereas phyta means plant. Okay. Phyta, or you can say the phyton means the plant. Okay. So the characteristics of thallophyta are, we will be writing up, they do not have well differentiated body design. That I told you in the last class also. they do not have well differentiated body design. They do not have well differentiated body design. Okay. Next point, plants in this group are commonly known as algae. So the plants belonging to this Thallophyta groups are commonly known as plants belongs to this group are commonly known as algae. Okay, thallophyte groups. Next, these are predominantly aquatic. These plants which belongs to the Thallophyta are predominantly aquatic. These are mostly aquatic plants. So the examples of these plants are So the examples of these thallophytes are Spirogyra, basically they are fixed with a solid support, no, in this aquatic, or basically these are all aquatic plants and they stuck up with a solid support. So the examples is Spirogyra, Ulva, Kara. So these are examples of this Thallophyta. Clear? Cladophora, green algae. Okay. So Cladophora, you can write more example on green algae. So clear? So that I told you, these are having the hidden reproductive organs which will come under this this category, cryptogamy. So in this Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta will come. Thallophyta means they do not have well differentiated body design. No, obviously they are having not well differentiated body design, and these are predominantly aquatic, and all the plants belonging to this group are called as algae. Okay, and the examples are Spirogyra, Ulva and Kara. Okay, so next I will explain you about Bryophyta. So the next is Bryophyta. I also in the earlier class also I explain you that Bryophyta is also called as the amphibians in the plant kingdom. Okay, so next is Bryophyta. Again the word itself says bryon means mass. Bryon means mass and this phyta means plants, or you can say the phyton means plants. So first point, you write it down. It is also called as amphibians. Bryophytas are also called as amphibians in the plant kingdom. So the students, these are called as amphibians in plant kingdom. Why? Because amphibians means when we are talking about the animals, so those animals which can live in water and which can live in as well, which can live in water as well as in land, are called as amphibians and animals. As same as when we are talking about the plant, these bryophytes are called as this amphibians in plant kingdom. They are said to be as amphibians because they can live on land, but for sexual reproduction they use water. Okay, so because they can live in soil but they are dependent on water for sexual reproduction, that's why they are called as amphibians in plant kingdom. So next point, all of you write, in bryophytes vascular system is absent. This point I just explained you in the last class also. Vascular system is absent. Okay. They do not have any specialized tissue for conduction of water and food materials from one part of the body to another. I explained you in the earlier class. What do you mean by vascular system? Vascular system means xylem and phloem. So these are the transportation channels which are present in the water. So if this is absent, if this is not present, so definitely the transport of water and food will hamper. I explained you in the last class. Suppose this is a plant. Again I am explaining or repeating it for you. This is a plant. So this is the root. Root has to absorb the water and minerals. And now the function of this root, the function of these xylem tissues is to transport this water and mineral to different parts of the plant body. No, obviously the root is absorbing the water, and the water has to be transported all over the parts of the plant. So the function of the xylem tissue is the absorption of water and minerals, and obviously after absorption, when the root absorb water and mineral, the function of xylem vessel is to transport this water to different parts of the plant body. As well as phloem tissue is responsible for transportation of food. I explained you that P for photosynthesis, P for phloem. You just learn it like this, then never you will get confused between xylem and phloem. Okay. So phloem, what will happen? Obviously you know leaf prepare food for the plant. Now again this food also have to be transported all over, this food is also have to be transported to the different parts of the plant's body. So the function of phloem tissue is the transportation of this food to different parts of the plant's body. So now this both comprises of this vascular system. So you can say the vascular system is absent in plants of bryophytes. So you can say they do not have the specialized tissues for the conduction of water and food materials from one part of the body to different parts of the body. Okay, clear? So next students, next point is the body is commonly differentiated into the body is commonly differentiated into stem and leaf like structure. Stem and leaf like structures. Okay. They lack real root, stem and leaf. They lack real root, stem and leaves. Okay. And do not bear flower. And do not bear flower as well. See again, at that I told you that if we are talking about the plants, it should have a proper root, proper stem, proper leaf. Then only we are going to see only we are going to say this, that this plant is having a well differentiated body. No, but in this bryophytes, the well differentiated body is not present. If the well differentiated body is not present, so basically they lack the real root, stem and leaves, and even they do not have the flowers at all. Whereas the plant is commonly differentiated into stem and leaf like structure. The body is similar to that of stem or leaf like structure, but they do not bear this real root and stem and leaves as well as flower. So the examples are liverworts. So the example of this bryophytes are liverworts, okay, example, right? Riccia and Markensia. And mosses. Example, you can write Funaria. Okay students, so now we discussed about first we discussed about the thallophytes. These all are coming in the category of cryptogamy. These all produce, these all able to produce spores, no, and these all will come under the category of cryptogam. And first we'll discuss about thallophyta, bryophyta, then I will explain you about the pteridophyta. So students, next is pteridophyta. In this P is silent. We will pronounce this as pteridophyta. Okay. Pteris means actually, pteris means one, and I told you phyta means, or phyton means plant. Okay, so these are the first land plants having vascular tissues. So these are first land plants having vascular tissues. Now vascular is tissues, means the conduction of water and minerals is now possible. The conduction of food is now possible. So these are the first land plants having vascular tissue. The body of these plants differentiated into, the body of these plants differentiated into stem, roots and leaves. Okay. As well, they having a specialized tissue for conduction of water and food, that is called as vascular tissue, xylem and phloem, and therefore called as vascular cryptogams. They are having the first land plant having vascular tissue, therefore you can say hence they are also called as vascular cryptogams. Okay, or cryptogamy or cryptogams. Clear? Next point, they do not have flowers and do not produce seeds. They do not have flowers, do not produce seeds. Obviously, if they are not able to produce flower, the seeds will also not produce. They include ferns. Now example you write. They includes ferns, Bryopteris, club mosses, Selaginella, scientific name is and horsetail. So these are the examples of this pteridophyta. Okay. So students, we explained today. I explained you about the cryptogam. In the cryptogam, they basically they produce spores, and in cryptogamy the hidden reproductive hidden reproductive organs are present, or you can say their reproductive organs are inconspicuous. So in this category of cryptogamy, three types of plants were present, like thallophytes and bryophytes and pteridophytes. In thallophytes, well differentiated body parts are not seen. No, they are predominantly aquatic. They remain attached to the solid substratum, or you can say so basically you can say they are predominantly aquatic. No, so basically they are aquatic, and second we learn about bryophytes. They are called as amphibians in the plant kingdom. So as they can live in land, as well as for the reproduction they use water. And after that I explained you that in bryophytes the true vascular system is absent. It means the vascular system is absent, means for the conduction of water and food is not possible through the xylem and phloem. And the next now I explain you about the pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are the first land plants having the vascular tissue, that is called as vascular cryptogams. Here in the body of these plants having well differentiated stem, roots and leaves. Okay. So body of these plants are differentiated into stem, roots and leaves. And they do not have the flower, but obviously if they do not have the flower, they are not able to produce the seeds, and the examples are the ferns. Okay, so in the next class, students, in the next class I will explain you about the phanerogams, okay, in which the reproductive organs are visible. So thank you for today's class.